Hello and welcome to Backyard Science with the Seattle Children's Museum SEM at Home series. My name is Amy and today we are going to get out in the backyard, but first I wanted to talk a little bit about how scientists sort and describe plants. Now, a scientist who works with plants is a botanist, and they have a really fancy name for how they sort different plants into different groups, because scientists like to do that. So this fancy word for sorting is called taxonomy. Can you say taxonomy? All right, give it a go. So we're going to talk a little bit about that sorting. There are several ways, including how plants grow, the way their leaves are arranged, that scientists like to use to talk about sorting. But we're going to use two today. We're going to talk about leaf shape and leaf edge. All right? So talking about leaf shape, I made my own taxonomy. Now, if you want to make your own taxonomy, you can, using these shapes and the resources on our website or our Facebook and Instagram. All right, so this shape is an ovate shape, and you may be able to notice that it has a wider base or bottom of the leaf, and then it tapers up to a point at the top. So this is an ovate shape, wide at the bottom. Okay? Obovate has a wide top and then tapers and gets skinny down toward the base or the node where it attaches to the plant. So obovate, wider at the top. Ovate, wide at the bottom. Obovate, wide at the top. Elliptic. Now, elliptic is pretty even. Its widest part is pretty much right in the middle, and it's tapered at both ends. Elliptic. Can you say ovate, obovate, and elliptic? Those are some big words. All right, here comes one that looks more like a shape from my toy box. This is called oblong or parallel-sided. All right, so I don't see a lot of leaves that are strictly squared off like this, but I do see this general shape in leaves. And what this means is that both sides are balanced and they are parallel to each other, side by side, like a train track. All right, we're going to look for some of these leaves in my garden too. So, oblong, elliptic, obovate, and ovate. All right, those are some of your fancy words for today. So those are leaf shapes. I have a couple of leaves to show you, and we can talk about leaf edge. Now these look very different from each other. Aside from their side, this one has that tapered at the top and tapered at the bottom. Do you think it's ovate, obovate, elliptic, or oblong? What about this one? How do you tell? It's got all those squiggly parts on it. Well, where is it widest? Is it widest down at the bottom? I don't think so. Widest at the middle? Wider. Seems more, though, to be wide at closer to the top. So that might be obovate. But there's another way to describe it using the edges. All right, so remember our other one? take a look at these. This is what scientists use to describe the edge of the leaf. All right, they call this smooth line entire. So it just goes in one smooth line. They call this one lobed. Have we seen that anywhere? Look familiar? Cool. All right. Those are some of the shapes. Now, if it's not entire, but it is on that more lobed way, there are other ways to describe it too. And there are more ways that you can take a look on YouTube or in books that scientists provide on leaf taxonomy. But these are some that are plenty for us to work with today. Okay. Dentate. Dental? That's how I think about it. Dentate, like dental, my teeth. So it's tooth shaped. These look like pretty sharp teeth, in fact. So that is tooth shaped. Dentate. Then you've got your lobed, all right, with those nice round curvy parts. Here's another one. Serrate. These curved, jagged pieces are pretty even. Serrate is sort of like a steak knife, so it's got some rough edges, right? But they're a different shape. Let's try comparing. When we go outside, I'm going to try to find some plants that meet both of these. I don't know if I'll find them, but I'm going to try. Okay. Now, besides serrate, there's a compound serrate, and that just means there are teeth on the teeth, or the claws. So, see these little jagged parts that are on the bigger jagged parts? That is a compound serrate. All right, crenate. Crenate sort of looks like a puffy cloud to me. Those loose, billowy parts. We'll see if we can find any out there. Okay. So now, this is a good time for you to either take a look online and you can practice looking at some of these using the resources that we've provided. There's even a flashcard game that I found. You can go to that resource, check that out, and see if you can kind of get a feel for how to sort these different shapes. Now, after you're done with that, it's time to go outside. All right. Would you say this leaf edge is entire or lobed? Smooth or jagged? Now this leaf looks smooth, and I think it fits into the entire category. What do you notice about the leaf shape? Would you say this leaf is ovate, wide at the bottom, obovate, and widest at the top, elliptic, and widest in the middle, or oblong with parallel leaf edges? Okay, now the leaves on this plant don't look anything like the description of the leaves we're working with today. We see this needle-like leaf shape on a lot of the evergreen trees and plants, like this rosemary. If you want to know more about this leaf shape, check out the online resources that go with this activity. Let's move on. Cool! What do you notice about where this leaf is the widest? Is it the widest at the base, the tip, or in the middle? Here's another one. What about this leaf? I notice it has little hairs on it. You can look online or in a book about plants to find out more about that too. In the meantime, I think we can at least say that this leaf shape is widest at the top, an obovate. That's my opinion because I observed that the leaf quickly comes to a point at the tip and it fans out and then slims down again more slowly toward the node, which is where the leaf comes out of the stem. Hey, here's a cool one. This is a rose bush. Can you see those jagged edges? Would you say these edges are dentate, serrate, or compound serrate? Which would you choose and why? All right, I was looking for something that we could describe as crenate. I think I might have found it. Do you remember the crenate category for leaf edges? This one was more like rounded edges, like the puffy clouds I sometimes draw, instead of jagged or like teeth. Would you agree or disagree that this leaf could be in the crenate category? Why or why not? All right, let's head back inside. Whew, what did you find out there? All right, let's take a look real quickly at a couple of the ones that we brought back from my yard. Do you remember that rose? I've brought it in so that I can take a look and decide, is it serrate? Is it dentate? Is it compound serrate? Or that crenate? What do you think? I'm gonna go with serrate because I don't see tiny teeth upon the tiny teeth. Although I do have some roses that have compound serrate edge. All right, so take a look either online at the resources we provided or at the photos of my cards, if that's simplest for you, and categorize your findings. All right, and as always, please share with us if you feel like it, either on our website, Instagram, or Facebook. That's all for now. Thank you.